Hi, I'm Ree from mummyoffour.com. Welcome back to my channel and another Tesco grocery haul to feed my large family of 6 who are all staying home during this lockdown. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 PM. I do loads of shop with me videos. Normally I'm not doing the shop with me part, obviously during this kind of pandemic. We are all staying home as much as possible, so we're not filming in any shops or anything, but we are still doing haul videos. We have got a renovation series, which again is on hold during this kind of pandemic, but we've got a lot of vlogs as well as parenting tips, tricks, hacks and advice, speed cleans, that kind of thing still going on, but all the normal content will resume as soon as the world kind of goes back to normal. So I would love to have you as a subscriber. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at what I've bought from Tesco's. Starting over here in the fruit section, I have got a massive pack of super sweet strawberries. Oh, tongue twister there, super sweet strawberries. I will rinse all of these, chop off the top and chop them into quarters and pop them on the table. That will provide quite a few little meals for my children. They tend to have fruit at every meal. So they tend to have strawberries or raspberries perhaps at breakfast time. Either that, they have cut up apples. I haven't actually got any pink lady apples today because we already had some in the fridge. I also already had easy peeler oranges, so I didn't buy any of those today either. I've got a nice big pack of raspberries and these were 50% extra free, so that's great too. Again, I will just rinse those and put them in a bowl and I will give them to the children after either breakfast, lunch or dinner. I don't know if you can hear them, they are all running upstairs with my husband. They sound like they're about to come through the ceiling, so if you can hear a lot of banging, that's what that is, that's my children. I've got one bag of bananas. I didn't buy more than this because we already had some in stock. So even though we're going through a lot of fruit at the moment, I did already have some in stock. So I didn't want to unnecessarily buy anything. I've just bought kind of what we need. Although some of these items are for family members that we are kind of shopping for, vulnerable friends and family members. So they will be dropped to them. But I didn't want to buy excess fruit that would end up going off before we use it because that's just a waste. I have got some salad tomatoes. Now these are mostly for me. I like a salad tomato chopped up on the side of my meals, perhaps at lunchtime or at tea time. My family aren't that fussed on them. They will eat them if I chop them up and put them in actual meals. I will talk about some of the meals we're going to have this week as well as we go through. But yeah, salad tomatoes, mostly for me if I'm honest. And then cucumber, I will chop this up into cucumber sticks as a little snack for the children. I put either cucumber sticks or carrots. I've actually already got carrots in stock, which is why I didn't buy those today. But carrots, they have carrot battens as snacks or chopped up cucumber sticks that they enjoy just while they're waiting for their food or like a little snack in a bowl in the garden. So that's it for fruit and veg at the moment. Because I already had onions, I already had jacket potatoes, which we are having on the side of things, and I already had peppers that I bought before and then cut up and popped in the freezer, so they were kind of ready to go to put with our meals and things. So not too much in the way of fresh stuff today because I was kind of already kitted out, and like I said, I really don't want to buy stuff we don't need. We've got 4 pints of milk. We are going through a lot of milk at the moment, but we have got one already opened in the fridge, so this is for when that one is finished. My little ones don't drink milk, they have it with their cereal, but my husband and my teenager do like to drink milk. Now I normally buy little pots of yogurt for the children, but I've bought Froobs this time, but I'm going to do something a bit different with them. Because the weather has gone a little bit nicer, I'm going to put the Froobs in the freezer and give them to the children instead of lollies as a treat after their meals, or they could have them in the garden. So I haven't done this for a while, but it is a really good trick to kind of give your children a little bit of the calcium and then they think it's like a lolly and it keeps them cool. So I've got a pack of, I think they're mixed ones, aren't they? A pack of mixed, and then I've got a pack of strawberry. If it turns out they all fight over some of the flavours in here, because they tend to do that, if I'm honest, then I will just buy the individual, you know, strawberry flavour next time to avoid arguments. And then I've got some spread, some Bertolli Mediterranean olive oil spread. Unpopular opinion, I don't like butter and spreads. I never have done, not even when I was little. I just, ugh, no thanks. But my husband likes it and some of my children like it, not all of them, but we just needed a new one of those because we were running low. And we've got a block of cheese, extra mature cheddar. I wanted to pick up mature, but didn't have it, so I got extra mature, so that's fine. I do find the more mature it is, the better the flavour, but the more crumbly it is, so it's harder to cut up without all falling to bits in your hand. But I just wanted to tell you that one of the things I do with my cheese is grate it to put it onto lots of our meals. So we have grated cheese with a few of the things I've got planned this week. I have grated cheese with chili con carne. I have grated cheese with spaghetti bolognese, or with anything with pasta on it at all, really. I do put grated cheese on the top. And also with fajitas, Mexican fajitas, we do put grated cheese. So sometimes I've bought bags of grated cheese, but it is cheaper to buy it in the block. And then I use this, which you put that on top of there, without this lid obviously, and then you grate the cheese into the box. I'll link this below. And then you put this lid back on, and that can go in the fridge. So basically, without that red lid, put it on there, grate the cheese, and then replace that lid. And it's such a cool little sort of gadget. It's not a gadget really, is it a gadget? But it is a really easy way to grate cheese and then store it. So I can pop that on the table for people to kind of help themselves and put a bit of cheese on their meal, and add in a little bit of calcium, because like I said, my little ones don't drink milk, which is why I give them the Frubes. But it is a good way to squeeze a bit of extra calcium in, and that is cheaper than buying it ready grated. Also, quick note, you will note I haven't bought any fresh meat. That is because, I think I said this in my last video, we are actually having a delivery from a local butcher. It's really good to support local businesses, and we were so pleased with the meat we had from the local butcher last time. The quality was amazing. Then I am trying to not buy the meat from supermarkets and kind of buy local on that, which is why there is no meat in here. But meat we are having from the butcher for meals this week. We're having chicken, for chicken breasts to go in fajitas, and to go with sweet and sour chicken, and to go in curries. And then we're having mincemeat for chili or spaghetti bolognese. And we're also having a couple of steaks, but I have got some stuff to go with the steaks in this shop. So that's why this kind of chilled section is looking a bit sort of lean this week. And then we've got, for lunches, we've got mini pork sausage rolls. These are on 2 for 3, so I got 2 packs of those. I've talked about this before. The children's lunches tend to consist of some bread, which is over there, I shall show you in a little bit, some cheese, which I've got here, some ham, which I already had in the fridge, so it had a good date on it, so I've got enough ham for this week, so I didn't need to buy more of that. Some carrot sticks, I've already got carrot in the fridge, or some cucumber sticks, which I've bought for today. Some fruit, which I've got here, and I've got more in the fridge. Potentially some crisps on the side, and then some like sausagey bits as well. So they kind of have like a picnicky, ploughmansy lunch, which at the moment they have been having in the garden in like these little mini lunch boxes, which is quite sweet. When the weather's been nice, or they have at the kitchen table, and if they have it at the kitchen table, I just put it all out on the table and they kind of help themselves, and then they kind of eat better when they're choosing what they want to put on their own plates. On to frozen, and I don't think I bought any frozen stuff last week, am I right? I didn't buy any frozen stuff. Well, I got quite a lot to make up for it this week because we have gone through so much stuff. So we went through all of our broccoli. I do tend to buy frozen veg like this because it's really easy to use. It is super fresh because it's frozen within hours of capture, like it says on the packet. But also then, you know, you're not worrying about it going off, and you can just sort of take exactly the amount you need. I tend to use this for doing our veg with whatever meal we're having, and it's so easy. It just goes on the hob, and this will actually work with my new induction hob because I've tested it in the new house when we move. A lot of my pans won't work, but this will. So all I do is I just bung the broccoli or peas or whatever having on the side of whatever meal in there, pop it on the hob, and it sizzles away, and then it's done. Steamed and delicious. You might wonder why I've got 2 bags of broccoli, because I normally buy one to open, one as a backup, don't I? But we went into our backup because I didn't buy frozen last week. So that is why we've got 2 bags of broccoli. Now we've got a bag of battered chicken dippers. I don't feed these to the children much, but I do feed them these with a meal that is so easy that I'm going to tell you about now. So I use this thing, and I do it for pasta, pesto, peas, grated cheese, and the chicken dippers I've just showed you. So all I do, I'll link this thingy below as well. It's a microwave steamer, but this is really good if you just have not got much time at all. And all you do is you put your pasta in there, you put your peas in there, you cover it with boiling water, and I whack it in the microwave for 12 minutes. So that cooks the pasta and the peas, and then that just drains off. So I just cover as much pasta and peas as I've put in there, drain that off, and then all I do is I stir in some pesto that I'm going to get to in a minute, and then throw some grated cheese over the top, and then I put some of these chicken bits on the side. So that covers calcium, that covers carbs, that covers a bit of veg, that covers a bit of meat. And it's a really, really, really quick and easy meal, and all the children love it and gobble it up in no time at all. So if you're looking for a really, really quick meal hack, that is a good one. And then pizzas. I have bought Zara her mushroom pizza. Every time we have pizza, she's like, can we have mushroom? I like mushroom. I like mushroom pizzas. Zara likes mushroom pizzas, no one else does. So I have bought that for Zara, and I have to eat it with her because no one else will eat them. And then I've got these. These were on 3 for £4. So we've got 3 of the barbecue meat feast, and they are delicious. They're probably like the most calorific pizza you could ever eat in your whole life, but they're so yummy. And then Richmond sausages. Again, we've gone through a crazy amount of sausages this week. I have actually bought some hot dog rolls. We could have like hot dogs, sausages, you know, so we could cook some of these sausages and put into a roll and have as like a hot dog. Sort of like barbecue food, but not on a barbecue. I would just do them in the house, even though it's nice and the weather is nice and we can eat them in the garden. Not a massive fan of barbecue food, personally. I'd rather just cook them in the oven and take them outside. It does the same job, doesn't it? It does the same job. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is barbecuing worth the hassle? I tend to just think we just fake barbecue and do it in the house, but whatever. Let me know in the comments if I am right, if you're with me, or if I'm totally wrong. Again, we've gone through so many sausages this week. I've had to, this is my one to open and my one as a backup because we've gone through so many. And then we've got chips. Again, I've gone through so many bags of chips this week. Just my children, my family are all home. Like my husband is eating at home every day. My teenager and my 2 middle ones normally eat school dinners in school. We're just going through so much food, and they all seem to be more hungry than normal. Even their evening meals, they seem to be eating more. So I don't like running out of things, as you know. So we'll probably go through at least a bag and a bit of these, and then I've got one for my backup for this week. Garden peas. I do like these because these have got the resealable thingy. I use these clip things, which I shall link below, for sealing most of these bags. But these garden peas do have that kind of sealing thing. So I don't know. I mean, it is easy enough to use these, but that's a little bonus, isn't it? But yeah, we do like to add peas onto the side of a lot of meals. This week we will have peas on the side of steak. It is possible also we'll be getting some gammon from the butchers as well. So there'll be peas on the side of gammon and chips, peas on the side of steak and chips. Let's see, lots of chips. But these are at least lighter chips, so you know, don't judge me too much. And then the peas obviously go in with the pasta and the pesto and the peas. And peas, well, peas go with everything, don't they? What do peas not go with? I love peas. They are an easy peasy vegetable to feed your children. Sneak a veg into your children without them whinging too much. And then we have got 2 bags, because again, we didn't have any at all, of onion rings. These are a bit calorific, a bit treat stuff, but they're so nice with steak, aren't they? So nice. So I've got one to open and one as a backup. On to bread. Now I know a lot of this bread is going out to friends and family members because we have been taking food and shopping things to them on a regular basis, and the only thing that they asked for, one of the only things they asked for this time, was bread. So we've got Hovis Best of Both. This is because I want to feed my family brown bread. They want to eat white bread. This is my compromise. When they eat this, they don't whinge too much. Whereas when I feed them brown bread, which I like brown bread. In fact, I prefer it, as long as it's not seeded, not fussed on seeded. But I prefer brown bread. Everyone else whinges. This will have to do. I think it's fine, isn't it? It's a good compromise. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's how it's marketed. So it's not quite as good as brown bread. It's not quite as awful as white bread either. Now, these loaves are to go out to friends and family members. This one is like a bakery loaf, but it has been sliced in the bakery. And this one is seeded. So obviously not for us, because we would all whinge about the seeds, wouldn't we? Yes. And then over here we've got hot dog rolls. So these could be for ham and cheese rolls for lunches, or I could do some of those sausages as little hot dogs in the garden, which the children will think is loads of fun, kind of barbecue garden-y type food. So that's what those are for. So the order we will probably have to eat them in will be these first, because these will go off quickest. Then this bread, because this will have a better date on it than these. And then after that, we'll move to these bake at home rolls, because the bake at home rolls always tend to have a pretty good date on them. Yeah, that's June. So that's what we will be eating. I've also still got some wraps, which had a really good date on them, in the cupboard. So the other option I use wraps for fajitas or enchiladas when we're doing Mexican food. And I use them for lunches for the children. They tend to have like cheese and ham and things in wraps. So that's the kind of bakery type stuff. Now pasta. Pasta's been hard to get hold of, and the options for normal sized bags of pasta were pretty limited, but this was a pretty good value bag of pasta, and honestly we eat so much pasta in this house that I'm quite pleased with. And pandemic or no pandemic, this is how I'm going to buy pasta from now on, because it does work out cheaper per kilo. I will put the price on the screen, and my children do love pasta. They really love the pasta, pesto, cheese, peas and chicken that I talked about before. Speaking of which, by the way, here are a couple of jars of pesto, and I literally just stir that into the cooked pasta and peas and then sprinkle some grated cheese over the top. So that with pasta. The other things they have with pasta are spaghetti bolognese, and they love both of those dishes. So that might look like a big bag, but when you've got a family of 6, it won't last very long. Then I've got a jar of sweet and sour. I used my last jar of this, and I have my backup, so that one will now become my backup, if that makes sense. So some people asked, what was this backup business? It just means I like to have one that I'm about to use, and then one for after that's run out. So if I don't get to the shops, then I've still got a backup one. Now, this is how I've always shopped forever, as long as I can remember, because it's just a sensible way to be when you've got lots of children and you don't know what's going to happen, or when you're going to be stuck in, or when one of them's ill, or you can't get to the shops, or it's going to snow, or goodness knows what. You always know you're not going to run out of things, because you've got the one that you're using, and then when you've used that, you've got your backup one. Then on to rice. I do like a bit of basmati rice, and we tend to have this with sweet and sour. We have rice with curry, and we have rice, or we have jacket potatoes with chilli. Now, how I do the rice, again, super easy. I got this. This is a microwave rice steamer. This is so easy to use. You literally put rice in there, cover with water. Now, I think it said on the instructions to just use cold water. I use boiling water, and then I just bung that on, clip it all on, and chuck it in the microwave for 12 minutes. And it comes out beautifully. So I just put as much rice as we need for the family meal, and then cover it with boiling water. I'm not sure if that's the exact instructions you're supposed to use, so please do read the instructions, but that's what I do. So that works quite nicely. And then I have got some creamy pepper sauce mix. This just goes with half a pint of milk, which I bought earlier, and goes on the side of the steak that we're having from the butcher's, which will also be with the chips and the onion rings and the peas. By the way, look at the state of my nails. What a mess. Apologies for those. Quarantine life, eh? What a mess. Look like little boys' bitten fingernails. Never mind, just please excuse them. Just notice how hideous they are. Anyway, I've got one to open and one is a backup. Next, we're totally out of this, and the children love it, to go with the pasta and the mincemeat. I've actually got mincemeat in the freezer, so I probably don't even need to buy that from the butcher's. But we've got some dolmio, so I know we'll have one of these. I think we're having that tonight, which is why I've got 3. And then we've got the one to use and one as a backup after that. But literally, because that'll be gone by the time you see this video, that's why I've got 3. And then prawn crackers, which technically, do they belong in the don't judge me section? Not sure, but we have prawn crackers on the side of sweet and sour with rice and noodles. So that's what those are for, and we've got no prawn crackers in the house. We've got one to open and one as a backup. Moving on, household items, not too much stuff needed. We didn't need any cleaning products. We're almost totally out of dishwasher tablets. Now, my tell mummy when you opened the backup box method had not worked because no one alerted me that we were nearly out of dishwasher tablets totally with no backup box, which really stresses me out. So I've got one to open and one as a backup. Now, I never tend to buy expensive branded dishwasher tablets. I always think that the sort of store own brand ones seem to do the trick. Would you agree with this? Is it worth spending the money on fancy dishwasher tablets, or do they do the trick? I find those are fine and they are a fraction of the price, so for now I'm sticking to them. And then I've just opened my backup bottle of shampoo, so I've got one open in the shower, and that is for me when I've run out of shampoo as my backup bottle. It turns out I had loads of conditioner, so I didn't need to buy conditioner. I don't know if you find this, but if I buy shampoo and conditioner together, I go through shampoo really, really quickly, and then I end up with loads of spare conditioner because obviously I tend to wash my hair twice every time I wash it because one of the hairdressers told me to do that. So you wash it once, wash it all out, and then while you're still in the shower, you wash it again. So obviously use twice the amount of shampoo as you do conditioner, which is why I've got loads of conditioner in stock and I'm running low on shampoo. On to my don't judge me section. So we're going to start with this massive bag of crisps. I discovered these massive bag of crisps earlier in the year when we were shopping for the children's birthday party, if you remember, and they just work out so much cheaper. So that is why, as a family of 6 who we don't eat that much in the way of crisps. Well, my husband eats a lot of crisps, if I'm honest. The children, I tend to put a bag of crisps on the table between them at lunchtime, so they have a couple of crisps. My husband will snack on them throughout the day. So if I'm honest, he's the one that devours most of these. I think my favourite is roast chicken, and I will probably eat any of them other than cheese and onion. The children love cheese and onion as their smelly crisps, and my husband's the same really. He'll eat any of them other than cheese and onion because cheese and onion's gross, quite frankly. But don't tell the children because they love them. And then we've got some Galaxy caramel cake bars because they are delicious. Tell a lie, one of them's a caramel cake bar and the other one's a chocolate cake bar. They're so delicious and these were on offer, so I grabbed some. Don't judge me, I love them. And then the roasted peanuts were a request from my husband. He wanted roasted peanuts, so we've got one to open and one as a backup for him. I don't really feed those to the children. Well, they're a very, very salty snack, aren't they? So I wouldn't bother feeding those to the children. But they would eat them if I let them. And then we've got some nice little cakey treats as dessert. So we've got some French fancies, which are yummy, and some Battenbergs, which always remind me of being pregnant with my first child. When I was pregnant with him, I was obsessed with Battenberg. It was my, I guess it was a craving. I just ate so much, but that always reminds me of being pregnant with him. And then crackers, these are in the don't judge me section because my husband wanted these to just snack on, like of an evening between meals, whatever. So they're for him to just randomly eat, which is why they're in don't judge me as opposed to in with meals and things. And then wine. Don't judge me, 4 bottles of wine. Hands up, be honest, if you are drinking more during this lockdown because it's a little bit stressful. I have my hand up right now. You can't see me, but my hand is up. I shall put the total spend for that shop on the screen right here. So thank you so much for watching. If you have liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. I really do appreciate all your likes and comments. It's a free way for you to support my channel and I'm very, very grateful for every single one of you, especially the ones that subscribe. So if you want to watch my latest video, it's just across here, and for more grocery hauls and shopping hauls and things like that, they're just down here. I'll see you guys soon.